You are all welcome. Feel at home. We're in the City of Kings. I hope the deliberations will be fruitful. And I know as we move to election time, as women, if I were a pilot, I would actually warn and say this is becoming turbulent times. It's going to be shaky, and make sure the hand that is holding you is strong enough. Make sure the hand that is holding you is strong enough, and make sure you also contribute. At times when someone is mentoring you, you tend to then rely on them. But all we are saying as wild is also have a contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. We hope you will have fruitful discussion.
I'm a program officer at One Trust.
My name is Ncube, it has already been said. Unfortunately, in the program it's written Mrs. I'm Miss.
Good morning, my name is Abigail Buka. I'm a social media editor for Center for Innovation and Technology.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Adams from NDCT. I'm Deputy Secretary, Provincial Secretary, Ilawa Province.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tabile Moyo. I'm from MDCT 125. I'm the Secretary for Welfare Provincial Assembly.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eunice Lamini. I'm for a woman in her own right. I love to be with people.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simino Fiani from ZANU-PF, Ward 6, Mzimwa.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natasha Karimakwenda. I am the Deputy Head of External Affairs, National People's Party, Youth Provincial Executive.
Sanibonani Bazali, Gamalami Steleslo Mahlangu, PDP, Shadow Councillor Ward 19.
Excellency Baba Mama, Nangutembeli Sibanda, National People's Party, Constituency Chairperson Makoko.
I'm Sport Banda, Shadow Councillor Ward 8 MCBS. Mina nginguMildred Ndlovu. Dr. Mrs. Mdandla. Ibizo lami ngilithanda kakhulu ukuthi kuthiwe ngumudade. I'm a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 3. Ngake ngazama ukuba ngu-MP eMzingwane. Ngivela enhlanganisweni yezapha.
Ngithanda ukuthi ngingelela ngegama lenkosi yethu Jesu Kristu kuyona le ndawo. Igama lami nguViola Mchini, ngisuka ku-Ward 10 eNtumbane.
Ngiyalibingelela lonke. Mina ngingu-Charity Mpofu. Ngisuka ku-Ward 23. Ngingu-National Organizing Secretary wezapho owabomama bonke. Thina sibiza sithi yizawo. Ngiyabonga.
ngisuka enhlanganisweni yokhoyisisi inhlanganiso yama-church awesizwe yabo.
Sanibonani bazali, ibizo lami nguShila Mpofu, ngivela eMzingwane District Ward 9 eMatopo. Nginguvile secretary wakhona ngantanda izamphela.
Sanibonani bazali. Mina ngingumuntu omzodwankana, ngisuka eMzingwane ku-Ward 9. Ngingu-facilitator under EY.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguNomalanga Ncube, ngingusobhizimusi njalo ngibe yi-social and economic justice activist. Ngiyajabula ukuba lapha namhlanje.
Sanibonani, ngibizo lami nguPriscilla Msela, MP.
Salibonani, mina igama lami nguYepi Khumani, ngivela eGwanda. Ku-ZANU-PF, ngi-provincial member ne-information.
Salibonani bomama labobaba. Ekuseni enhle kangaka mina engikhulumayo ngisifungo ngiyathi ngoba ukuhlala ngihlala ephumula ngisebandleni le-MDC ekhokhela worship ingitshele kakhulu.
Salibonani bomama, mina igama lami ngisikhululekile moyo, ngivela kunhlanganiso ye-MDC ekhokhela nguProfessor uWashman Ncube. Ngingu-Secretary for Security and Defense uMing obulawayo. Ngihlala eMphumula North Ward 17.
Morning everyone. Toya Swanda from South Ward 2 MPC Welshman. I'm the Secretary for Gender Affairs in the Hawaii Province.
Salibonani lonke, mina ngikhulumayo ngizolisiza. Ngivela kuwa 29 eMagweko, ngisuka enhlanganisweni ye-MDC ekhokhela nguWashman Ncube. Ngiyi-provincial treasurer.
Salibonani bazali, mina ngingumfundela ngisemali Ward 7. Ngingumama, ngikhokhela omama ku-RDZ.
Salibonani, ngingumeli Steva, ngisuka eMzingwane, ngimele izigodi zakho ku-Ward 7. Salibonani.
Mina ngiSnothando Mlambo, ngumtshela person ka-Ward 6 eMzingwane. Ngifuna ukuzama ukuba ngikhansila MDC Welshman.
Salibonani.
Mina nguSiduduzile Masilela, ngu-chairperson we-PDP womama. Ngake ngazama ukuba ngikhansila last elections, kade singakwazi ngeke.
Salibonani ngabo siyabuyiwa. Mina ngu-Mrs. Ebidube, ngisuka ku-Ward 9 eMpopo. Ngibandla le-ZANU-PF ku-Central Committee.
Ekusenehle abathandekayo, mina uMargaret Moyo, ngihlala ku-Ward 29, ngiyi-PC Political Commissar Women's League yeZANU-PF Province. Sanibonani lonke, mina nginguRose Phiri, ngivela ku-Ward 2, ngiyimember ye-National Executive kumama kuZANU-PF.
Salibonani bomama, mina ngigama lami Silenkulumani Ward 24, ngu-organizer wezimo. Ngiyabonga.
Salibonani bomama, mina nginguBridget Moyo kusuka eGwanda ku-Ward 9. Ngingu-Secretary ye-SDC omncane kusikolo zonke ekubani committee.
Ngiyabingelela lonke, mina ifiso lami ngisifiso Ndlovumoyo, ngisuka ebandleni le-MDC ekhokhela ngubaba uTangerani. Ngingu-chair lady weGwanda Central.
Salibonani bantu.
Mina izwi lami ngithokozisa. Ngivela eGwanda asibari candidate we-council ebandleni le-PDP.
Salibonani lonke, ibizo lami nguLungile Masuku, ngisuka eGwanda ku-Ward 7. Ngumoya we-National People's Party, national member. Lapha eGwanda ensuka khona ngu-chairperson weGwanda Economic Justice Development Trust.
Good morning. My name is Tamutai Matsimure. I work with the People's Friend of Wild.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for responding. I'm actually excited to be here. That's why I needed to make sure that you had my greeting. I'm Sitlemiati. I work with Wild. My name is Jasmine Tofa, Member of Parliament for Bulawayo Metropolitan. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
What 16 just 14.
You know why I wanted us to introduce ourselves? I said, tell us who you are and what you are. And you did exceptionally well. But as the program says, today is the beginning of the rest of your life. I want you from this point on, I'm calling upon each and every woman sitting here today and the gentleman, remove the label, the tag that you just explained that you are. Let's all pretend that you are holding the label, the badge. Take it off. Let's all take it off. What we are about is to unpack who you truly are. That's what we want to discover. Because every person in this room is special, is unique. Can we all raise our thumbs? Do you realize that each person in this room has got a different thumbprint? Do we know why? Do you know why God created us that way? It's because we are all unique. We are all different. We've all heard of what they call a God-given talent. That's what we have. Each person has got a God-given talent. So if you haven't discovered what your talent is, I'm sorry. It doesn't nullify the fact that you have it. So from today, you have to discover what it is. Because what we are calling about, Zimbabwe needs you guys. It needs each and every person to stand up and be counted and to stand up and do what they were truly born to do. Because if you don't do that, communities will elect you into office and you'll put on that badge. But who are you truly?
I think the facilitator has made my task to be very easy. She said our objective today is to discover who we are, right? Then I need to do something very quickly. How many leaders do we have in this room? If you are a leader, please raise your hand. If you are, I'll take it again. If you are a leader, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you very much. What are you meant to do? She says that there is something that you are called to do. What are you called to do? May I please have those hands again? I'm told that women, whenever they are called upon to do something, they shy away, and when they are asked to speak in public, they shy away. But what just happened here is a lot of hands, and now they are free. What happened? Okay, thank you very much. This is essentially what happens in Zimbabwean society and in the rest of the world. There are a number of factors which militate against women participating in decision-making processes and in processes of public leadership. That's right, my leaders? Mm-hmm. And one of those processes happened right here in this very room. We were called upon to speak. And when we were called upon to speak, we had fewer hands. So what do we want to do in this program? We are saying we recognize that there are things which stop us from being public leaders. And what do we want to do? We want to capacitate each other as women so that we have more women participating in public leadership. We also recognize that by our very nature as women, we are taught to lead at home in the private spaces. And I noticed that as women, it's inbuilt within us to nurture, that's right? We will start by nurturing your little sister and your little brother. And what are we saying today? We are saying in this room, we have women who have been in leadership for some time. There is a Ndebele proverb which says, Inyati ibuzwa wabaphambi. Please note, I did not choose this one because I'm a Nyati. And literally translated, it means that there are people who have seen the buffalo passing. And if we are going to catch the buffalo, we need to get knowledge from there. There are women in this room who are MPs, who are leading in various spheres. And then there are young women like me, hopefully I'll also get a mentor. There are young women like me who have not seen the buffalo passing. And what are we saying? We are saying we want to pair those who have seen the buffalo passing and those who have not, because we recognize that they have knowledge. We also recognize that as women, there's a lot of work that we have been doing in terms of leadership. How do we tap into this knowledge and pass on the baton stick into the next generation? We are saying that as women, we can. So what we're doing today is we're saying, let's tap into this knowledge, and we're doing this by launching the mentorship program today. And I will repeat, we are launching. It basically means we are starting today, but it is only the start of a process which can take 5 years, which can take a year. But what we are saying is we have a young woman today who says, I want to try to be the MP. Then we have a woman who's already there. And we're basically saying, let's share that knowledge. Let's engage. Let's stop saying, as women, we don't support each other. Let's have a new narrative. There was a lady there, I think she said she's the Secretary for Defense. And I noticed that people got excited. Why did we get excited? We are excited because we support women. So let's stop believing the narrative that is there that women don't support each other. So let's mentor each other, let's share knowledge, let's engage, because as women, we support each other.
I'm sure a lot of you have heard about Dr. Miles Monroe. He's actually my mentor. I believed his writings and I lived by his writings. He's the kind of guy who discovered that every person on this planet has got potential. And he wrote various books to explain that concept. It's a powerful concept which I hope each and every woman in this room today will catch on to. In one of his books, I took an excerpt from his books. He says that the wealthiest spot on this planet is not the oil fields of Kuwait, Iraq, or Saudi Arabia. Neither is it the gold mines and diamonds of South Africa, the uranium mines of Soviet Union, or the silver mines of Africa. He says that the wealthiest place on this planet lies in your local cemetery or graveyard. Because he says buried in the cemetery, buried in the cemetery are dreams that were never fulfilled. The cemetery is full of ideas that just died as ideas. The cemetery is full of sermons that were never preached, books that were never written. The cemetery is full of visions that never became a reality. Our graveyards are filled with potential that remained as potential. Our graveyards are full of women who had the potential to lead, to become councillors, to become MPs, senators, prime ministers, or even presidents. What a tragedy that a lot of these women were buried with their potential on the inside. Miles Monroe says that most of the 1.9 billion people on this planet die, and they are buried with their potential within them. My prayer is that sitting here in front of me today is a group of women who will make sure that when they do die, they'll give the grave an empty carcass. Because you would have emptied everything that you were born to do for the benefit of other women, for the benefit of your family, for the benefit of your community, and for the benefit of the country. Right now, as we are heading for turbulent times, we should, as women, turn those turbulent times into something that we can hold on to. Because women, we've stood up and we've agreed that we'll stand up, hold hands together so that we make an impact and an effect on the world. I wrote here that my dream today is that before you die, you are going to work hard to identify your potential. And it starts today. Wild is giving you that environment for you to be able to identify your potential, your God-given talent, so that you can use it to bless the environment around you, and most of all, you will give glory to God, your creator, the one who gave you that talent. Can you imagine if as a parent, you give a present to your child, and they take it and put it under the bed, and they don't use it? What do you feel? I'm sure right now, as God is looking down upon each and every one of us, let him smile, because he realizes that you have discovered what he has hidden inside of you. Are you a candidate for contributing to the wealth of the cemetery? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope not. You should be able to ask yourself the following questions. Who am I? Remember, I said we've taken the badge of what society thinks you are, and you've put it down on the table. Now ask yourself, who am I truly? Why am I here? How much potential do I have? What am I capable of doing? By what criteria should I measure my ability? Because if you're the kind of person who always waits for people to tell them how good they are, what they can do and what they cannot do, you are going to live a miserable life. Because if you look around, the people who know you best are your best friends and your family. Because they've seen you grow up. They've seen you even they know you from when you were little. But now, as you grow, you might actually part ways. You go different paths. You acquire things, you learn things, you eventually meet them. But you are at that level. They do not know what has happened to you between the time you were little up until now. If you come with a vision to say, this is what I want to do, they are the people who are going to tell you, why are they saying that? Because they are basing the thoughts of what they know in the past. So you have to be up and standing, up and running, knowing exactly what it is that you have, exactly what it is that you want to deliver to the world. Who sets the standards for your life? If other people do that, then you are going to be a frustrated woman. From today, you must learn to set the standards for yourself. By what process can I maximize my ability? It takes you humility for you to know what you can and cannot do. It takes humility for you to understand that there are things that you cannot do, but things that you can learn. It takes humility to know that there are people that you can draw from to allow you to grow into a bigger and better person. And what are my limitations? You should be able to know exactly what your limitations are. Because if you do not, you won't know how to improve. And even people come to help. If you haven't discovered what your limitations are, or what you are not good at, you are not going to accept all the assistance and help that comes externally. Within the answers to these questions lies the key to a fulfilled and effective life. One of the greatest tragedies in life is to watch potential die untapped. So as we leave this room today, if you haven't taken a leaf out of this presentation to make you realize that you are supposed to determine what the world thinks you are, and you can do it. But it all starts with you. That's why I said today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Whatever has happened in the past, let it stay in the past. But today, moving forward, stand up and be counted, because the world, Zimbabwe even, is waiting to see what you are truly made out of, what your potential is all about. Potential, potential, potential. What exactly is potential? Dr. Miles Monroe explains. He says potential is defined as dormant ability. When something is dormant, what does that mean? It's there. It does exist, but it is just lying dead. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, it's time you realize that if you have any dormant ability, let it rise up today and shine. Potential is reserved power. You know that you have the power, but you are not exercising it fully. What are you reserving it for? It's time for you today to unleash every iota of power that is within you so that the world can get to benefit. Potential is untapped strength. Wild has caught on to that in every woman in Zimbabwe, there is untapped strength. So this arena today is here to make sure that they will tap that strength, empower you with it, and allow you to run wild across Zimbabwe. Potential is unused success. That again states that the success is there. It is inherent within you. You may not know it, but it is there. So from today, you have to identify that success that is in you and use it. Welcome, Dr. Laboda.
Yes, Ruth, okay?
Potential is defined as kept capability. You have it. You are capable of doing something, but something is capping it. Because your family is telling you, no, you cannot do that. That vision you are sharing with them is too big for you, you won't make it. Your friends are telling you that you cannot achieve that. You cannot be a councillor, you cannot be an MP, you cannot be a president. From now on, I want you to start uncapping that capability. Potential is all you can be, but have not yet become. A diamond in the rough, we've heard of that. That you have to clean it, take out all the dirt and the grit so that you get to the core. That's what we want to happen today. Wild is allowing that process to unravel in front of your eyes. That we are looking at you because we know what you are capable of doing. So we want you to get there and get there fast with confidence and with motivation. Potential is all you can do, but have not done yet. So whatever God created you to be, whatever it is, it's still there, untapped, unused, unexplored. So today, Wild is allowing you to open so that whatever it is that you haven't done is going to be clear to you what it is, and you gun for it, and you run for it. Potential is defined as how far you can reach, but have not yet reached. A lot of us think we are successful in whatever quarter we find ourselves in. I'm here to tell you that whatever success you've allowed to get is history. It's gone. Because if you are going to live on that success, you are shortchanging yourself. Because there's more. As the saying goes, the sky is the limit. You can never reach the sky, but you can always thrive and thrive on success after success after success. Potential is what you can accomplish, but have not yet accomplished. There's a lot that you need to accomplish. Zimbabwe needs you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So I'm hoping that at the end of the sessions, today and tomorrow, you are going to discover the diamond in the rough within you. Potential is unexposed ability and latent power. If you consider all these bullet points, they all allude to one point. Whatever it is, you already have it. Are we agreed? Whatever it is, you already have it. Whatever you can become, you already have it. So now, you have to discover what it is. Don't allow people to put a label on you, telling you what you can or cannot do, what you are and what you can aspire to. Because you have the power to decide how far you can go. Potential, therefore, is not what you have done, but what you are able to do. In other words, what you have done is no longer potential. It's history. So now you have to start looking into the future to discover what else you need to do. What you have successfully accomplished is no longer potential. It is said that unless you do something beyond what you have done, you will never grow and experience your full potential. Because potential, on the whole, is a positive thing. If you discover a little bit of your potential, it will work for you. But I'm here to tell you that you need to be hungry for the total whole of potential. Don't just enjoy the little bit, because the arena is wide and vast. So go out there and discover what that potential is and allow yourself to flourish. If you want to succeed, you must be able to strike out on new paths rather than follow the worn-out path of accepted success. Because all of us want to see something that is working, and we all want to do it. I see that sometimes women in business, that's what we do. If we see someone succeeding in something, I'm there, say I'm saying madam. It's good because you'll work hard to succeed. But the difference is, if that person who is succeeding, who's the trailblazer, if the person is succeeding because they are pushing that God-given talent, they are the people who sleep easy at night. Because they would have fulfilled what is within. When you could actually landela and make a success of it. But when you go to sleep, you don't sleep. You'll be tossing and turning, even though the money is in the bank. But when I'm working, you'll be tossing and turning. Why? Because the talent what kitchen is talent Mrs. Dlamini? You are making money. That's your talent pushing you. So what the analogy I'm giving is, every person has got something special. Sebenzisa italent lakho to succeed in anything that you put your hand on. Because God created everyone with potential. Everything in life has the potential to fulfill its purpose. That is God's plan. Don't be satisfied with what you are now. And don't die without using your full potential. Because the greatest threat to progress is your last successful accomplishment. Which once you are successful, some people are just happy to stay at that level. You've actually robbed the world of further successes which you can clinch and bring to the arena. Dream big about what you truly want to do. Dream big. Don't just dream, but dream big. When you dream and you wake up, abantu bengabuza say, hey, yawazi Mpuphe president. Once you do that, you share your dream like in that manner, you all laugh about it and you walk away and you forget. So what I'm here to do, whatever you dream about, wake up in the morning and come up with a plan that will get you to that dream. That is what will work. Because if you wake up and you share it and you don't do nothing, the dream will never manifest. So I urge you women and gentlemen, dream big. Because a woman without a dream is a frustrated woman. Because we'll sit here in this room. Many of the women in this room, they've got dreams. They've got vision. And they'll go out there and make success of it. Those people who haven't got a dream, they are the ones who are going to frustrate the process. They're going to be jealous. They won't want to cooperate. They won't want to be a team player. They want the pull her down syndrome to reign supreme. Because they haven't discovered what it is. So I'm here to tell you guys that every person in this room has got potential. I hope you'll catch that one. Potential demands that you never settle for what you have already accomplished. Hunger and thirst for more. Even though today, if I go round robin and ask how many people consider themselves successful, don't smile and say, yes, I'm successful. But say, yeah, yesterday, I was successful up until yesterday. But from today on, I want to clinch another success onto my head. Because one of the great enemies of your potential is success. When we success here, you might think you are successful, but let success, whatever you have in your hands, let it become history. Because all that I'm here to tell you is the sky is the limit. There's even greater potential that you can achieve. In order to realize your full potential, you must never be satisfied with your last accomplishment. You'll find that all the important points, I'm harping on them right across until the end of the program. Because they say that what you hear the most, you'll remember the most. So I hope you guys remember this. It is also important that you never let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Because a lot of people fail and then they lose heart. They say, I can't do it. But I'm here to tell you that failure is not the end, but failure should be the beginning. Whenever you fail, rise up, dust yourself up, and start again. What you fail again, do it again, and again, and again, and I'm telling you, success will surely come knocking on your door. We've heard the story of the gentleman who discovered the light bulb. They say he tried 99 times before he discovered the light bulb. And people were asking him, but why bother? Why are you trying and trying when you are failing? He says, you know what? When I fail, I discover a way that I shouldn't do. So you put it aside and try again. And lo and behold, there'll come a time when you'll reach the place where you want to be. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but the life that never realizes its full potential. So you must decide today not to rob the world of the rich, valuable, potent, untapped resources that are locked away within you. Some people always ask me, well, I do a lot of sessions with women, with youth, and with businesses, to say, why doesn't it happen that people reach the peak of their life in any given situation? I'll talk to women the same as I do about potential. I'll talk to businesses, the potential that the business can do as long as they have an empowered workforce. So when I do one-on-ones, someone will tell me, but Mrs. Ncube, how do I find out what my talent is? Like if I were to go around robin right now and ask, do you know your talent set? Have you discovered what your talent is? It would be interesting to find out those who have truly discovered what their talent is. And I always say, look at your hobby. Something that you enjoy doing without getting paid for it. Therein lies your talent. You'll find that you go to a job, 8 to 5 job. But when you get home, you engage in this activity, your hobby. You forget that, Mama so 12 o'clock. You are not even aware. You've been at work 8 to 5, and you get home, you cook for your family, and then you engage in this hobby. And all of a sudden, you're invigorated. But when you engage in this hobby, something takes over, something happens. Why? Because this God-given talent, you don't even have to go to school for it. It's inherent in you. You start doing it, you wonder where the ideas are coming from. So this is what I want to leave with you today, guys. That there is something that you need to discover within yourselves that can help you create a path for yourself in the world. So look at the hobby. Whatever it is that you are doing right now and enjoying. When you start doing it, you wish the day had 48 hours in it. Unfortunately, the day has 24 hours. So discover what it is. And you take that hobby, that interest, and weave it into every little bit of job that you do, you'll find that you will thrive because you've brought a little bit of your talent into your work situation to make it enjoyable for you. All I know is that every person in this room is a leader in the area of their gifting or of their talent. Every person is gifted in this room. If you doubt that, it's unfortunate, but I'm telling you, you have it. You all have a gift, you all have a talent. All you need to do is to discover what it is and run with it. We've done this analogy, let's lift it again. Lift up, let's all lift up the thumbs. Lift up all hands. Is your thumb print the same as mine?
No.
Why?
BVR. Because I'm uniquely created.
Those biometrics, they're caught on to say that every person is unique, is special, is different. So that's what your talent is, guys. It's different. If you haven't discovered it and you realize other people exposing their talent and succeeding, you're going to be jealous. But you'll find that your talent, no one can compete with it. Once you discover what your talent is, no one will compete with it. That's why God did it that way. Which will be the competition. And I always use the analogy of a jigsaw puzzle. That when God creates us, He takes a piece from the world. Everyone must be able to put their piece on that puzzle so that we create a whole. Once we create a whole, there is no acrimony, there is no hatred, there is no jealousy. At the end of the day, guys, we are God's children. So Tina, all that I want us to discover, you can take a panic page. Let me talk to the person and along at the end of this session, open your hand, the talent that you have. Talent, it doesn't show whether you are ZANU-PF, whether you are MTCT, MTC, ZAPU, PDP, what was the other one? Zonke zonezo singabantwana bangomuntu wani angithi siyavumelana. So if we work together in our different corners, we'll reach that goal. So when ongabakwazi ukuthi mina okwami ikuphi, and we work in harmony, in unity, and in love, we'll get where we want to be. Siyabonga bomama.